everybody, and this is the second story in our series of master reading and listening in EFL resources. EFL means English as a foreign language, and this is master reading and listening. And this is the second story in our AESOP tales rewritten or retold by Leo Tolstoy, the Polecat. So what we'll be doing now is we're going to master reading. You will see that in this one story itself, you will have a total mastery of reading and listening, because I'll be reading, looking at the text, and you'll be listening to this also. A polecat. Why A? A is one of the polecats. So this polecat is a general polecat. We have not yet referred to him earlier. So you say a polecat. We'll be doing the grammar analysis. Once you do the grammar analysis, you will be perfect in reading and listening. A polecat entered. If you notice, you didn't say enter. You did not say enter. You said entered. It is past tense. A smithy where you make the iron, the iron things. A smithy and began to lick. Okay. And began. It's not begin. And is a connecting word. And began to lick with your tongue. Lick is pulling something with your tongue. The filings. Filings. Filings means these small iron pieces. We've got a new word also. A polecat, right? A polecat. Subject entered. Verb a smithy. Smithy is a place where iron things are made. Connecting word is and began, not begin. To lick. Began. What did he began to do? To lick the filings. So the particular filings there you use the. Have you noticed? So that completes the sentence. See, with grammar analysis. So you got this sentence perfectly. A polecat entered a smithy and began to lick the filings. Blood began to flow. To flow. See again, to infinitive. This is called to infinitive. 2v1. Flow. Blood began. What happened? What did to flow? To flow. From is a preposition. From is that out of that. From the polecat apostrophe s, which means the mouth is belonging to the polecat. Polecat's mouth. But is a linking word here. See, but he was glad. Again, one more sentence. And continued to lick. There are three sentences. Notice here. Blood began to flow from the polecat's mouth. He was glad. He continued to lick. Three sentences are being joined here. Blood began to flow from the polecat's mouth, comma, but you know what is but? Still, he was glad. Why was? Because that time it was past. When there is no verb, there is no action word, there is a state. It's a state. This sentence is a state, not an action word. There is no action word here. You use was in the past. He was glad, which means happy. And again, and is a conjunction. Continued. He is missing here. He is silent here. And he continued is not necessary. And continued to lick. To lick. To V1. Have you noticed? To lick. To lick is coming again and again. To flow. To lick. See here. To flow. To lick. Continued to lick. He thought. Past. That is a linking word. He thought what? He thought that. See? So that is a conjunction. He thought that. He thought what? The answer is coming in the next sentence. So that also links one sentence with another. This is a complex sentence. He thought what? That the blood, that particular blood. So you got an article the here. The blood was coming. Past continuous. It cannot be is coming. The blood was coming. From where? From the iron. He thought the blood was coming from the iron. And lost his whole tongue. What a great story of AESOP. Which means, when you don't have your mind with yourself, such things happen. That is a moral here. The blood was coming from the iron, he thought. He thought that is a linking word. The blood was coming from the iron, comma, and again a linking word. He is silent there. See, he lost his whole tongue. What a beautiful story. It's a very good moral story. He thought. First sentence. Blood was coming. Second sentence. He lost his whole tongue. Third sentence. They are linked by simple conjunctions. Notice. He thought. That is a conjunction. The blood was coming from the iron and is again a conjunction. So what do the conjunctions do? They link three simple sentences into one complex sentence. Now I'll prove to you that you have got this. You have got this. You have got this story perfectly. See, now I'll read it. A polecat came in a smithy. Smithy is place where iron is made, and iron things are made, and began to lick the filings. Blood began to flow from the polecat's mouth, but he was glad, and he is silent. He continued to lick. He thought that the blood was coming from the iron, and he is again silent. He lost his whole tongue, his complete tongue. So in this we have got wonderful grammar. We got simple past, we got articles, we got conjunctions, we got complex sentences, isn't it? We got apostrophe concept here. We got new words called smithy, filings, right? Whole tongue. And indirectly you have got a wonderful practice of reading and listening. If you listen to this video 10 times, it's like reading 10 stories. We'll be doing 500 stories. If you see each video 10 times, it's like reading and listening 500 stories. 10 times 5,000 stories. You will be master of reading and listening. Thank you so much. We'll meet you again in the third story in the next video. Thank you so much.